So this stuff right here, y'all, it's the best degreaser I've ever used. Y'all see, man, look at that. Yeah. Okay guys, so y'all know I'm not mowing today. We're not working at all. So I'm just doing some random videos that haven't had really time to do. And one video that I wanted to do, and it ain't a dig at nobody or anything like that. It's just kind of, well, my thoughts on another a video that another YouTuber did. So one of the guys on YouTube, pretty popular guy, he did a video yesterday or the day before yesterday, and he was talking about you know, why he got out of the lawn care game. And I really didn't understand exactly what he was saying. Well, he got out of the lawn care game to get into you know, trimming bushes and you know, trimming big hedges and doing landscape stuff, right? Not really hardscape, though. I think he does some of that, but he doesn't have any equipment, not no big boy equipment or nothing. And he went on to talk about, you know, the lawn care business, you know, costs a lot of money to the machines are very expensive and this and that. And see, my thinking on that is well, a little bit different. I'm not going to get out of the lawn care game to go into something that's more manual labor. I'm not. And you know, that's just me. You know, as I've gotten older, I've realized that you don't want to jump out of the frying pan, though the lawn care is hard work, and it takes you know, a certain amount of equipment and all. Well, that's what I want. If I'm going to be in this realm, you know, of you know, landscaping, lawn care, then I want equipment to do everything. And any of you guys that follow the channel, y'all know that. I mean, why anybody would, now I can see if dude had evolved and you know, grew out of the lawn care business into something else. I don't think he was ever really deep in the lawn care game. He doesn't, I've never really seen a lot of equipment or anything, and to be deep in the lawn care game, you got to have equipment. And it ain't a dig at nobody or nothing, but you got to have equipment. And I haven't really seen this guy with a lot of equipment. I've seen him with, you know, hedge trimmers and ladders and you know, renting bobcats and things like that. But I ain't never seen him cut no grass unless he was doing a commercial or something. I don't know. But and you know, well, at the end of the day, to quit doing lawn care only to go into trimming hedges and doing beds and stuff, well, you'd have a hard time making a living down here where I'm at. If you can only do the bushes, then you're gonna have a hard time down here where I'm at, because if you can't cut the grass and do the bushes, and I can, they're gonna call me over there to do the yard, and I'm gonna look at the bushes. I'm gonna say, well, hell, I can do the bushes too. And then, you know, anybody that can't mow the grass, they're gonna lose that account, you know, because I can do it and mow the grass. So, and of course, everybody does things a little bit different. I don't know exactly where dude lives or anything, but probably up north somewhere. See, down here where I'm at, if you can't do the hedges, and I can, and mow the grass, you're gonna lose that. Or if you can just mow the grass and you can't do the hedges, you can't compete with nobody like me down here. That's just, I mean, that's, you know, I don't know of anybody that all they do is trim hedges and trim trees and do beds and stuff. I'm sure they're out there, but none of my customers are going to do that, you know, that I know of. They might, you know, I don't know, but I very seriously doubt it. And as you get older, you're not going to want to step out of the lawn care game when you're, you know, say you were somewhat in the lawn care game until you were 30. And now you're going to step out of the lawn care game only to what? Climb ladders and trim hedges? Manual labor type stuff. Nothing wrong with manual labor. We all have to do it from time to time. But as you get older, you don't want to step out of that. I mean, you don't want to step, as you get older, you don't want to step into a higher labor thing. As you get older, you want to, either you want to have a hell of a team, labor-wise, to where you don't have to climb the ladders, or have equipment, man lift, blah, 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 these kind of things. I'm just saying that don't jump out of, because this guy did it, don't jump out of the lawn care game only to, and sell whatever mowers or equipment that you may have to trim bushes and do beds and stuff. And there's money in that, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of money in it. But the lawn care will give you consistent money, repetitive money. And you can count your dollars up front, and you can kind of know how much money you're making. You know, what do you do if they don't have any bushes to trim? See? I mean, you're in trouble. You ain't got no equipment. Well, then you got to go what? Go dig holes with a shovel or something? Hell to the no, man. No, that don't make no sense to me. And that's just my opinion. And, you know, and it doesn't mean anything. But for me, as I've gotten older, I don't want to climb a ladder. I don't want, not that I'm too good for that, but I don't want to. I don't have to. I don't need to. I want a machine to do everything. And I'm not talking about a hedge trimmer. I'm holding my hands hanging off of a 40-foot ladder. Hell to the no. And not be able to count my money up front because, you know, doing hedges and beds and stuff like that, and you don't really own any big equipment, you know. And if you own a Bobcat and other big equipment, well, yeah, you could, it would make sense to, you know, run your lawn care game, get your money built up, buy you a skid steer, and then slowly step out of the lawn care game into the skid steer game. That makes sense to me. To trade a lawnmower for a ladder, that don't make no sense to me. To trade a lawnmower for, you know, to trim hedges, work that is not real, it's very lucrative, but it's not as consistent as the lawn care. That's just my thoughts. So, you know, a lot of these guys come on YouTube and they make a quick video, and they're popular, and I like the dude and everything, but it doesn't make any sense, you know, in the grand scheme of things, unless you just want to climb ladders and shit as you get older. So, and it's all about what are you trying to do? Is this your career? Is being outside and being in control of your own destiny somewhat, and being in the lawn care or landscape realm, is that what you want to do? Is that what you see yourself doing for the next 20 years? If that's the case, then you certainly don't want to sell a lawnmower and buy a ladder and lose all your customers, because it takes years to build a customer base up. And though I guess you can build a customer base up doing, you know, hedges and stuff, but it's not going to be nearly as repetitive as the lawn care. I guess, I mean, I guess if you did it long enough, you would have regulars, but I mean, it would take forever. You would have to have 500 freaking customers to be able to stay busy. And then as soon as somebody come on the property like me that can do the hedges and cut the grass, well, you just lost that one. You know, you're always going to be, you know, on the cuff of getting fired, always. For the most part, that's just my thoughts. You know, you can't count your money. You can't plan your day. You know, this is just my thinking. It's just my opinion, y'all. It doesn't, I'm not going after anybody. I'm not saying anything, you know, that I don't really believe. So, nothing wrong with, you know, trying the lawn care and man, you know, I really don't want to do this, man. I really don't want to. You know, it's hot out here, blah, 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 blah. But it's hot climbing a ladder, too. I'm just saying. But if you're going to step out of the lawn care game into something else, make sure that you got the equipment, that you've used your money wisely when you're in the lawn care game and got equipment to step into whatever you're trying to do. Some people do the lawn care, build a nice little chunk of money up, then they start flipping properties or whatever, you know, get totally out of it, right? They got a plan. Rarely do I see somebody that's in the lawn care game stop doing lawn care just so he can do hedges and tree trimming and stuff. I know they're out there, but that tells me that dude wasn't ever deep in the lawn care game, because see, I use my customer base and I do all the work on all their properties. I don't ever have to deal with a stranger if I don't want to. It's another factor. And it takes years to be able to build up a clientele. And so if you're in this game 5 or 10 years and you're doing lawn maintenance, not play maintenance, but lawn maintenance, if you're doing lawn maintenance on the reg and you're busting out $60 and $70 yards, and then and you got 60 or 70 customers, then anybody with any sense is not going to drop those customers so they can go trim bushes all day, every day, or whatever. Not without buying a skid steer or buying a man lift or buying a piece of equipment that's going to make that job easier and more lucrative. That's just my thinking. You know, when you're 30 something, you can, you know, you can do all these things, physical ability, and that's cool, that's sweet. But you got to be thinking about when you're not 30 and you're 40 and you're 45 and you're 50 and you're 55, if this is what you're going to be doing. You got to kind of lay the groundwork as you go. That's just my thinking. No way that I'm going to trade my lawnmowers in and so I can trim hedges and do beds. I might sell these lawnmowers and trade them in for a skid steer and try my hand at the skid steer game, and I already do that. But y'all see, it's not all or none. I'm dabbling. I do the lawn care in the summertime and I do the skid steer work in the wintertime. Well, down here where I'm at, there's no grass to cut in the winter. So, but I'm not going to get rid of my lawnmowers and drop all my customers and, oh, I'm going to go into the damn tree trimming, bush trimming business. If you wouldn't be able to make a living down here like that, there's no way. Not a living. I don't think, if that's all you did and you didn't have lawnmowers. I don't know. But I know one thing, it wouldn't be nearly as consistent. See, the lawn mowing, my customer sees me every week or two for 9 months out of the year. If you're trimming bushes, they might see you twice a year, sometimes once a year on the real lucrative stuff. And to step out of the lawn care game to go into a game like that, and nothing wrong with that, but it doesn't make sense to me as you get older if this is what you're going to be doing for the remainder of your career, or this is for your foreseeable future. You want to make things easier as you get older. Use your brain power as you get older instead of your labor power. And I guess you could hire guys to trim the bushes, right? But what happens if you don't have, if you can't hire anybody? What if nobody's available? And you're 50 years old and you got to go up that 40-foot ladder to trim this high hedge or whatever, and you haven't put any groundwork in, infrastructure in to help you do that, to make more money in less time. It doesn't make sense to me. To me, that's just not, well, dude just didn't really elaborate on everything like he could have. He just had a thought and he put it on a video. And, you know, nothing wrong with that, you know, but that doesn't make sense to me, you know. And I guess you could always go back to mowing grass, or maybe step from trimming bushes and doing beds and landscaping projects without a skid steer. Now, he don't own a skid steer. I think he has a dump trailer, some chainsaws, some hedge trimmers, and, you know, and he probably does great work. Everything I've seen, he does really good work, you know, too. You know, I haven't seen, but he's not a lawn maintenance person. I've never known him to be one either. I mean, I think they let him do a commercial on a lawnmower. I've never seen him. He's probably never even owned an Exmark lawnmower, but he did an Exmark commercial. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And this ain't no dig at him. I like the dude, man. He's a real good motivational speaking kind of guy, you know, and he has a lot of good thoughts. And but this thought, you know, for the average person, you know, doesn't make sense to me. It might make sense to some of you guys. Y'all let me know in the comments. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, this is Off Day Ray. I'll kick back.